Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube, and today we are talking CKB, baby. Now, before we get into the drama of the 236, check this out, and then check out my Twitter page at Real Six Fig. So with that said, this is where I'm dropping all the latest charts when I can't make it to a computer to drop you a video. This is where I'm dropping the craziest gifts, and this is where I'm dropping links to videos and links to live streams. Sorry guys, I haven't really been too active lately. I've been really working on this YouTube set, and here is just a little close-up blurred out shot of the set. But today we got network cabling ran so we can basically operate from the set on the other side of the house and run the computer in a different part of the house. So that was very important that my computer stay in my office, and it's been kind of a mess. But here we go. We can see that as of right now, CKB is really having one heck of a time along this 236% Fibonacci extension level. We can see how nicely price action has traded in hindsight with these channels. So I do believe that when we're seeing some support right now along these lines, we truly are getting support. And I do hope that as of right now, we start to see what's called a Fibonacci sliver by default. And let me elaborate on this a little bit more. Fibonacci sliver by default is a term that I coined when we see price action move towards or trade sideways towards the angle of a Fibonacci channel. And this really works out nice because we can see that there is this sideways pressure. Eventually it's gonna give, and price is gonna be forced to either exit the channel to the downside or propel itself to the upside. So it's pretty simple, right? And we can see that as of right now, there may in fact be some sort of upper trend line right around this 2-cent level. I think everybody agrees with that. We've really been seeing this 2-cent level over the last week or two. It's really held up quite nicely. But we can see that this channel line will require the lows to get higher, and this could possibly produce an ascending triangle. Now, about a week ago or sometime last week, I was also kind of speculating on the fact that, hey, we might be getting some sort of inverse head and shoulders pattern that could possibly be forming. Now, a lot more is needed, but I really wanted to go back to this daily chart with CKB because I wanted to show you guys something. Look how far away from the Ichimoku cloud we are. This is kind of a good sign that price action is going to reel itself back in towards the cloud. And I want to say that we do have a very nice little point right around the first week of January that if price action goes upwards, this thing might come right up to the 2.5-cent level. But then if we can gather more support, this might be a very nice little pass-through point that we will see price action reconsolidate above the Ichimoku cloud, hopefully in a bullish pattern formation, whether or not it's an ascending triangle like this, which is what I'm hoping, that would be sweet. So I do think that there is still plenty of potential left, and we are still trading within this Fibonacci channel, to the upside. The lows are continuing to get upside. Even if we come down to 0.01567 somewhere in there, the lows are still continuing to get higher on this latest run-up. So we've got everything going for us. We're stuck at the 236. There's some drama, folks. There is some drama. Let's really just kind of look at this thing on a weekly chart as well. And we can see that on the weekly chart, we are kind of still barely, man, it wouldn't surprise me if we wicked down right around this 50 moving average at some point, but I would be totally happy if we didn't. And if we do get this bounce on the weekly and we can get the next week or two, get a close above this 0.0236-ish level, my goodness, folks, on a weekly chart, we are above the cloud. I do think we would have so much going for us at that point in time. But if we do get a rejection from this cloud here on the weekly at about 0.0235, yeah, we're going to come back down to some of these lower trend lines. So really, CKB is at a very important place right now. And I do think that this thing hopefully is done heading downwards, but we'll need to check Bitcoin. And let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin. Since we're kind of scrolling through the charts, you can see the total crypto market cap is in a very unusual position too. We can see that it's very similar to Bitcoin right now, but in a reverse fashion. And we'll get to that in just a second. We can see that the total crypto market cap maybe setting up for some sort of move to the upside in what might be its very own inverse head and shoulders. But remember this little pattern here, and we'll switch to Bitcoin. So bear with me. And you can kind of see where Bitcoin is kind of in a similar move, but to the upside. Now we do have a descending triangle on the charts right now for Bitcoin. Let's just look at this. We know this because we can see this. And I'm not sure if we're going to see Bitcoin continue to squeeze in between 47K and maybe 45K. I'm really hoping that we see Bitcoin make a move. Man, I'd say this is the descending triangle Bitcoin is trading on. But it would really be nice to see Bitcoin make a move to the upside, but so many times we will see a corrective wave like this, some sideways consolidation, and a continuation of a downtrend. And if that does happen, $40,000 Bitcoin, 42, somewhere in there, maybe 41, is totally on the table. And at that point, we would have completed an ABCDE corrective wave versus maybe an ABC corrective wave. So there's a lot to consider here on the charts with Bitcoin. Again, until we know which way this thing's going out of this descending triangle, we really can't make any crazy predictions. We need to know the momentum of the market before we do that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could please smash that like button, I totally appreciate it. It helps me out in the channel so much. Also, big shout out to all the Patreons. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. If you're interested, it's $3 a month. There's a link in the description to my Patreon page. And we'll see you guys on the next video.